Alright folks, I'm going to teach you how to make a clove cigarette or critique. These are nice because if you have a sore throat or something, then the clove oil will numb it for you. And you know, for a while I had a pretty bad sore throat, and I think it really helped me to smoke clove cigarettes. So let's get started here. What you will need: tobacco, of course. I got a little bit in this mason jar. These jars are great for keeping your tobacco fresh. You will need ground cloves or whole cloves. I'm using ground cloves just because it'll be easier for the sake of demonstration. Some papers. These are Juicy J's Blueberry. They're basically a hemp paper, and these are kind of wild looking. They got little blueberries printed on them, and menthol filters. So I'm just going to use one of these filters. I'll just rip it off the tube right there. So we got our filter, we get our cigarette paper right there, the gum side, fold it, place the tube right there. Now we're going to make our tobacco. So this is here, push this aside. So I've got some tobacco out. Enough for a cigarette, of course. Put the lid back on. Get our cloves. And just add a little bit. Just to, flavor it. And you can see how much I added. A little pile right there. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Maybe add a little bit more tobacco, because it's going to be harder to roll if it's not enough. So we've got our paper, got our tobacco. Move this over there. Stick it in the paper. And you can use menthol cigarette tubes for this if you want. There. So we got our tobacco inside our paper like that. And what I'm going to do is just complete this. Roll it up. Now these papers say they're not for tobacco, but oh well. Who needs to follow the instructions, right? Okay, so I'm going to lick this and finish up my cigarette. When you lick it, you get this nice blueberry taste. It's pretty sweet. It's more savory than sweet. Like these papers would go well with like a blueberry crepe, like a after breakfast smoke, Okay, so I'm going to make a little pile, clean this up, go outside, and smoke this for you and teach you guys, or tell you guys how it tastes. Alright, so I got our critique all rolled up and looking good. These are kind of weird looking papers. I must say that about them, but they are really good in a clove cigarette, even if you don't want to smoke them in public. But when you put it in your mouth, it's kind of like a Swisher Sweet. It has this really nice blueberry taste to it that I kind of like. But let's light this sucker. I'll shut up and get this started. really tasty. This tastes a lot like a Dejarum special, or see, I have a thing with dropping cigarettes if I'm talking. But it's smoother than a Dejarum special or a Dejarum black. I've had both, and this tastes sort of like a cross between them. Really, really good. It's got a really savory aroma, but with that spice, you know, the clove in there, the aroma is just, you know, if you smell it, French inhales. If you're an aroma junkie, French inhales are the best for this sort of thing. So I'm going to get about a little over halfway and tell you how it tastes, so I'll get back to you guys. Alright, so I'm about halfway through the cigarette, and it's still as smooth as when I lit it, which is kind of nice. But the menthol in there it's not overbearing, or, you know, kind of Arctic. It's more like, you know, it's there, but it's kind of nice. Like, it's got that refreshing taste of the menthol, but it's not like it's way overbearing like some cigarettes are, like Newports. So that's really good amount of menthol, and the clove oil, it soothes your sore throat if you've got one, but if you don't, it's still nice to smoke these. It kind of numbs your throat a little bit, and they do taste good. So I mean, you could smoke these as your everyday cigarette, but with papers like this, I wouldn't want to do that in public, you know, because people might think, like, you know, you're not smoking tobacco, and that would not be good. But, you know, all in all, this is a really nice smoke. Even though I'm not a big fan of menthol, I generally just smoke unfiltered, or you know, just filtered if, you know, I have the tubes for it. But it's what can I say? It's a great smoke. So you can get this tobacco from this website, Whole Leaf Tobacco. I'll post a link down there in the video description, unless YouTube changes it to over there, over there, or over there. So yeah, the tobacco for this blend is pretty affordable too. It comes with the leaf intact, so it's untaxable by the feds, so that's really nice, because you can get it for cheap. There are no additives, and quite frankly, I think this is better than store-bought tobacco. Better for you, and it tastes better.